Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go over the AM Silver Bullet for Friday, May 10th. So the first thing we do is we turn on the Kraken Silver Bullet Pro, right? I want to see all the liquidity. Where's that? And if you look, yesterday was a down day, like we were over here. So I know all the liquidity is below us. So pretty much everything is below us. London, Asia's down there. New York lunch is down there. PM buy side down there. AM buy side down there. Everything's below us, so we're literally in the New York kill zone range. So I'm gonna turn everything else off. Okay, let's zoom in here and get all this up here. Okay, here's where we're at. All right, so we look for SMT at the highs here. And I usually don't like YM for SMT, but however, today is one of those days that it is actually playing along. It's actually very similar to NQ and ES, so I will use YM as SMT. When it kind of does its own thing, I don't like using it. So today we have SMT right here with YM, right? So now I expect maybe a reversal pattern to go lower, so I'm looking for reasons to go short, right? And for me right now, that right there is my breaker block, right? So let's just see how it goes. Okay, well, that also created an inversion fair value gap and a fair value gap right here. So you got the fair value gap, you got an inversion here, and you got a breaker, right? So if you saw that, you saw a reversal pattern, and the indices are now trying to roll over, right? And you see three PD arrays overlapping like this, please tell me you would take that trade too, right? Okay, so if it comes up here, I'm taking this trade to go short. Where am I aiming for? Well, I'm going to aim for this New York kill zone first, right? That'd be my target, right? So we don't have divergence, so we have SMT, so I can remove that and actually make it a little bit bigger for you guys. Okay, actually like this, maybe. All right, so let's see. I'd like to get into this trade. Let's see if we can get back. If we can get a pullback here. Now let's pull our fib from here to here. Optimal trade entry is obviously right in this area. Equilibrium's right here. And pull it. Oh, wrong one. Pull the fib here. Let's do the fib from here to here. Right in here is where I need to get in for. So basically, anywhere we're at is good for entry. I'll take an entry there. I'm not going to be a particular. I like the three PD rays, so any of them that hit me in, I'm going to get in. So that is I'm gonna enter because I don't know if this is going to be a lot of resistance. So I don't know if it's going to wick into it or not. So I'm just going to take my trade. Right there, I'm going to go above that. So it's tight stop loss, but if it's going to violate three PD rays, what does ICT say? It violates three PD rays, you're done anyway. So there's no reason to go much higher than these three. These three are it. So if I entered right at the bottom, if it goes past them, I want to be out. So that's my risk right there. Okay, loving it. Loving it. Go, keep going. When it breaks this low, I will go break even. All right, we're going to break even. Okay. All right, so you got 1, 2. If this leaves a PD ray, I'll move my stop to there. All right, so let's track it. There's my, which is also the order block here and this fair value gap there. So there's our 3 PD rays. So we're just kind of using it. Oops. All right, let's keep going here. Ooh, not a huge fan of that wick. Well, that supposedly took us out right there. Don't know. It says it did. That one definitely did. Okay, so I feel better. I feel fine. I'll use this one because that's what it says it did, but even so, the next minute took you out anyway. Okay, well, there's our trade. Let's see how much it's going to retrace. So a good way to see if you're still in order flow is just mark up your order blocks, right? So we'll just use this this lowest up close candle, right? It should be the highest one, but since these are together, you can use this like this. Still supporting price. So if you had a runner, you could feel confident to let it run. And I left a lot on this didn't I? Ugh, ugh. Okay, this is disgusting. So you could use the top up to. I'll use these three. Are they supporting price? Yes. I don't like this long wick, so I'd probably use the body. But support price, yes. Support price, yes. So still good. This order block here, support price, yes. No, the price hasn't retraced into it yet, but it's closed all these candles down here. So, so I got 65 out of it, and the low here is 125. So almost double what I could have got. I could have made 2,600 versus 1,300. Am I complaining about it? No. I'm just saying, if you would have left a runner, like if you wanted to, hey, I'm just gonna trail my stop. Well, here's another way of trailing your stop. You could have gone to, once this gets respected and breaks through the next new order block, you could have moved your stop above this order block. Price would have respected it, came down. You could have moved your stop to this, to the top of this order block. It respected this order block, but didn't take you out, and then it went down. So you could always just go on the top of the order blocks. That's another way of doing it, but that's telling you you're still in, institutional order flow is still bearish. And so I got out kind of early with my New York kill zone entry. So I think that's the problem usually with not leaving a runner on. So if you can, like in your trading micros, I'll take my bulk of my target off at my TP level, and I'll try and leave a runner on. And as long as order flow's acting like this, I'll leave a runner and let it go and see how much I can get off that one runner. Granted, it's a one mini or micro rather, so it's not that big of a deal. But if you can leave a runner, that's great. That's how I would do it. All right, so let's recap here. Okay, before the 10 o'clock hour, we saw that we had SMT with YM. Now, we usually don't like YM or I don't like YM because it usually does its own thing. But when it is correlated to NQ and ES, and it is, very similar, I will use YM as SMT. I prefer ES and NQ, but here we had YM, SMT with YM. Breaker block, we had an inversion fair value gap and a fair value gap. So we had three PD rays overlapping three PD rays, right? That's beautiful. I love that. Were we in? Did our entry actually come up to equilibrium? No. If you pulled it from this, if you pulled the fib from this high, it did. But this high is where you should have pulled it. It didn't. But do we care? No, because it could hit any of these PD rays. A lot of resistance right here. So I want in at the bottom, and that's where we got in. I aimed for the New York kill zone. We got 65 handles out of it, $1,300 on one mini. Amazing trade. Had you left a runner like we just talked about, you could have left a runner and got, 125 points out of this trade during this whole hour. And that was your silver bullet trade for Friday, May 10th, using the Kraken Silver Bullet Pro and the Kraken suite of indicators.